Okay, so people at the Taliban wanted them out. Abdullah Azzam was the previous group leader before bin Laden. Abdullah Azzam was bin Laden's mentor, but he wanted the group to make Afghanistan into Islamic government, similarly to the Taliban. Azzam was also assassinated in a car bombing in 1989, which left bin Laden in charge of the group. Osama bin Laden declared that Al-Qaeda would fight all holy wars. He wanted to take it to the next level and fight all holy wars globally, and this was his motivation for the attacks that would come after the Soviets were driven out of Afghanistan. This includes 9/11. Oops. So the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. The Taliban and Al-Qaeda's common goal is to get rid of American troops and influence in Afghanistan. The Taliban's rise in power allowed for Al-Qaeda to gain power as well and become a terrorist group. The Taliban and Al-Qaeda can get confusing, so in simple terms, they are not the same group. The Taliban and Al-Qaeda have the same goals and work with each other. Al-Qaeda is the group that committed the 9/11 attacks. This led to the Taliban's downfall, which I will get into later. Osama provided training to Muslim insurgents while being under the Taliban's protection. So the Taliban's downfall. Shortly after Al-Qaeda committed the 9/11 attacks, the US found out that Osama bin Laden was in protective custody by the Taliban. On October 7, 2001, the US invaded Afghanistan, which caused the Taliban group to fall, and their leaders eventually fled. This gave way for Al-Qaeda to keep fighting and eventually spread out across the Middle East. Al-Qaeda wants the Taliban back in power because both groups want an Islamic government and the people don't. And American troops are trying to fight this. So now we can get into the actual war and when America jumped into the war between Al Qaeda, and that will be shared by Kai Harris.